Hey, listen!
Welcome everyone, this is Honest Restart, and this time we're going to be talking about the follow-up to Metroid Dread. So the reason we're talking about this today is because last week there was a rumor that came out that Mercury Steam is working on the follow-up to Metroid Dread to come out in 2025, which I thought made a lot of sense because they did Samus Returns in 2017, then Dread in 2021, and it was very successful, so yes, it makes sense, and apparently this rumor had leaked Dread before it was even announced, so there's definitely some reason to think that. But you can check out that video, it came out last week. There I talk more details about this actual rumor. But I really want to focus on here is the story and gameplay implications of a Metroid Dread follow-up. What's to come in the future? How will Samus evolve? I think this is going to be something significant. And it has all to do with her Metroid powers. So, Samus in Metroid Fusion went to help out the Federation. There is a space station, she went in there was stuff going on, and she finds that the Federation was actually working on Metroids in secret. Now, with Fusion, the Metroid supposedly went entirely extinct. But also, because of the events of Fusion, Samus was given Metroid DNA because of the X-Parasite that attacked her. In Dread, this Metroid DNA starts to exhibit abilities within Samus, and these abilities mature at the end of the game where she has incredible violent Metroid powers. One of the remaining X-Parasites that had possessed Quiet Robe, Chozo, was able to get onto the ship with Samus, her ship, and help her to quell her Metroid powers so she could escape planet ZDR. So from this point, what's to come next? We know that Metroid Dread is supposed to be the completion of the Metroid arc. This idea of the Metroids and what they have to do with Samus. Well, now that Samus is the Metroid, she is the namesake of the series, this brings in other issues. So while she may have defeated Ravenbeak, we did see a few Chozo ships escape, it seems like, and that may have been because there were some X-Parasites that consumed some Chozo and they had enough intelligence to escape the planet. So X-Parasites may still be an element in the future. But I believe the bigger point to make here is the relationship between Samus and the Federation. Samus already arguably upset the Federation when she destroyed the space station. That was against their wishes. And we've already seen that the Federation is not beyond doing things that seem a little unethical when it comes to secret research on a species that should not be around. They may want to take advantage of Samus for different reasons. Similar to how Ravenbeak wanted Samus so he could clone a powerful army to take over the universe, the Federation may want to take advantage of Samus's Metroid DNA and Chozo DNA, do research on her, and replicate it in some way to boost their own forces. Like, that's one consideration. But then the other is, the Federation might consider Samus a threat. She is the lone Metroid in the universe now. She is incredibly strong and there's nothing, seemingly, that can really compete with her. So they may want to take her out. So, from a story perspective, this can impact a lot, but I think it goes beyond that as well when you take into consideration gameplay changes. Because if Samus is truly a Metroid now, which, yeah, that appears to be the case, then she's going to continue to exhibit Metroid powers. But unlike previous Metroid games where we would find power-ups in the environment or it would be given to us by the Federation, Samus's path to becoming more powerful in future Metroid games may have more to do with her learning and adapting her Metroid powers. We could see her start to exhibit even more abilities of a Metroid. We may actually get to enjoy gameplay of Samus using her Metroid powers to suck out the life force or energy from enemies as opposed to just cutscenes. Maybe this could become more controlled and be used via the grapple beam. Or maybe it would be more violent and we could see Samus take on more Brawlic-like abilities, hitting and scratching and clawing and jumping at enemies. Like, that's also a direction they can go. And there are other Metroid abilities we could see come back as well. We could see Samus obtain burrowing abilities or the ability to fly around. There's a lot of potential for Samus in expanding upon her moveset here, and that could be the direction they could take the series, and it could feel a little different from previous Metroid games because it'll be less about concise shooting and agility, which that still will probably be an element, but then on top of that there may be these crazy violent Metroid powers that could create even more options for Samus. So with that all in mind, it's kind of exciting to me. The next 2D Metroid could feel really different. The gameplay could be somewhat of a departure. Still Metroidvania, still the shooting, all that will still be there, but with these Metroid powers, it will definitely be a nice change of pace. And then in terms of story, with the Federation following or tracking or trying to take out Samus, the tone may be a little different as well, and that could be interesting to see. It wouldn't surprise me if maybe the Federation tries to take out Samus, but then the Federation gets attacked by the X-Parasite, and then Samus has to take out both, or something like that. And heck, maybe they could recreate the Metroid again. Maybe Samus could be the mother to a new Metroid series if somehow they capture her or capture a part of her genetic makeup and recreate the Metroids. And maybe they'll be slightly different thanks to all the other DNA things that are in Samus between the X-Parasites and the Chozo and just her human origin. There's a lot of potential for changes that we may not even see coming. So while we may be a few years away from what the next 2D Metroid is going to be, I think we can clearly see a path here that's really exciting, and I can't wait until they finally reveal the next game. Well, I can wait, but I'm definitely anticipating when that happens a few years down the road, after we probably enjoy the likes of Metroid Prime 4. But what do you guys think? What do you guys make of a proper follow-up to Metroid Dread? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, everyone, this is On Just Restart. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I'll see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.